Welcome to More to Know on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Kent Lewis. Joining us today from Portland, Oregon is Jake Kaempf from the Everyday Company. Welcome to the show, Jake.
Thanks, Kent. Thanks for having me.
In 30 seconds or less, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let me see. I'm a former creative turned business owner turned entrepreneur that now runs a tech company.
So, Jake, tell us about that journey from creative to, entrepreneur, and in terms of knowing mostly digital marketers are watching this. What would you tell them that they should be aware of if they're ever considering making that jump?
Pay attention to your customers, your businesses before you start paying attention to the product. My journey started off because I had a particular passion and pursuit for all things creative. And, over the course of that journey, I just discovered by learning from all the people around me what I wanted to do. And worked in the agency and media life from when I was 16 until I decided to venture off on my own because I thought I could bring something novel to it. That jump was tricky because I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know the first thing about really being an entrepreneur in the true sense. I just knew that I could do something well and people wanted to work with me. It was definitely a learning curve. That whole journey took me into all the peaks, all the troughs that you can imagine that you hear in stories. And it was, I wouldn't have traded it for the world. But at the end of the day, with the first company, with the agency, it definitely illuminated some of those initial frustrations that I had, and that actually led to the current business, to the Everyday Company.
So Everyday Company, from my experience, and Jake, we go back a bit, is there? It's an amazing social discovery intelligence platform, and most people haven't seen the type of cutting edge technology you have. But what I would say to take it to a common area that people understand is, from brands' perspective, what do you see in general? How effective are brands at acting on the insights they gain from the data or the insights from social listening?
Not as great as they could be. When I started working in brand, it started with this assumption that you can create these common associations that get people to act on their passions and behaviors and assumptions. And over the years, actually a friend of mine illuminated it very well. He said that brand is the margin above the cost of good. It was a very finance-oriented way of saying it. But what it did illuminate is that there is a lot of insight to be driven in what people want versus what they say they need. And the insights that are driven from a lot of behaviors and analytics capitalize a lot on what people need versus how they're actually behaving. And I think that there's a lot more that we can do. At Everyday, we do have the social intelligence program, and we've since expanded and really prioritized the way that people work within companies and uniting those disparate types of workers. And through that, the intelligence portion and all of that data and that analytics really helps people work better themselves and then be able to contribute together.
That is intriguing, and hopefully your platform is doing doing that in a more effective way than some of the other alternatives out there. And I wish we had more time, but time flies in this world. So I want to thank you, Jake, for sharing your insights with us today. For our listeners to find out more about this episode's guest and topic, please visit dailyadbrief.com, and we'll hope you'll join us next time on More to Know.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.